Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm back. Sorry I took about a month and a half hiatus there going through the holidays, and not gonna lie, the cold weather makes me a little lazier than I should be. But today we're gonna talk about New Year, New Me, and the New Year's resolutions. I I don't I don't like New Year's resolutions, to be quite honest. I have some. I try to always do it. But the problem is it ends up flaking out. And I feel like that's the case for just about everyone. So my New Year's resolution this year was to bulk up. I'm 6'7", and I'm like 175 pounds, if that. So that's probably not a bad New Year's resolution. But the problem is I didn't even start it. So yeah, that's a problem. So we do these New Year's resolutions with the ideas of, hey, I'm gonna bulk up, or I'm gonna lose weight, or I'm going to get my budget on track. Those are some of the bigger ones, right? Especially the losing weight, right? We always start with, I'm going to lose weight, but we fail to see, and same with bulking up really, is that it's not instantaneous. And if you don't see results, it really does become this issue of, why am I doing this? So we need to rethink the way we do our New Year's resolutions. So those items and what we normally do is we hit the gym, right? If we're bulking up or we're going to lose weight, and we'll talk budgeting later, but those two specifically, we're going to hit the gym, right? We're going to go day one, January 1st, we're going to the gym and we're going to just hit the weights, full speed ahead. And that's your first problem. You should start a habit. First, you should start figuring out what is it that you're actually trying to achieve. When you say lose weight, are you really wanting just to become healthier? Or if you're wanting to bulk up, are you just wanting to become stronger? Or are you just wanting to start an exercise routine that kind of helps with your mental health? Because that's what I did in the past, and it worked. Now I'm just at the stage where I want to bulk up, and that doesn't work for me because at 33 years old, who cares? Why do I need to be bulky, right? So losing weight is another big one that we need to be very careful with. Instead of the concept of losing weight, why don't we say specifically, I want to be more healthy. I want to have a better, healthier lifestyle. And that doesn't mean just losing weight by going to the gym. It's researching ways that we can eat better, researching ways of which you lose weight via working out. For instance, powerlifters can lose a lot of weight because of the absolute tear on their body. That's where you lose a lot of weight, is powerlifting. But like runners, for instance, I know runners who run marathons who still are not at their weight goal because there's other things in the diet that have to be present in order for you to succeed at that. But the bottom line is not jumping right in and just going straight to the gym and straight to trying to do all these things at one time. It's building a routine. So if I'm wanting to bulk up, I'm not going at it as I'm going to go to the gym, start an exercise routine, pop one off the internet, do Six-Pack Promise with, can't remember his name right now, but it's a great app actually. But you don't just do things like that. What you do is day one, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. Day two, 11 push-ups. Or maybe start out with a burpee challenge. I did that once. It was awful. But what you can do is essentially a challenge like that is you start day one with literally one thing. You do one push-up or you do one burpee. And then day two, you do 2 burpees, and 3, you do 3, and so on and so forth. And that actually is very helpful. I went to 90, and at the 90th, I hated probably 50 up to 90, actually probably 30 up to 90. But as you progressed into that 90th day and then you went back down, you started to see your body start to react in ways that at 30, you're like, I'm never making 90. And then at 90, you're like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It still was terrible. But it's that progression that really gets you to your goals. It's not that mentality of go, 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 I got it, full force, and jump right in. And sometimes, that's helpful. Sometimes maybe you're a jumper right in, or I don't know. But it's not feasible for someone just starting out with something like that. And then the third one is the budgeting. So we always come in with this idea of, I'm going to change my budget, I'm going to do this, going to do that, going to do this, going to do that. But if you don't have an idea of why, then you're going to lose that steam. Because a month in, you're going to be like, well, I budgeted for a month and I really don't know why I did it. There's nothing that changed. There's nothing I'm pushing for. There's nothing I really there wasn't a goal. There wasn't a goal-oriented situation. I didn't want to say tithe more because I saved more money. I didn't want to go out on vacation because I saved more money. That wasn't the goal. The goal is I want to budget. Well, those kind of things aren't very helpful because it doesn't have a goal that keeps your mindset moving toward it. And that's what you have to have, especially when you're doing New Year's resolutions. So me personally, like I said earlier, I don't do a lot of New Year's resolutions. I've kind of had a pretty rowdy November, December, and then I kind of got sick with sinus infection stuff, and it was terrible kind of early February, and now it's still kind of in my system if you can't tell when I'm talking, and it's very frustrating. And the problem, again, with New Year's resolutions is they happen at the New Year, which is strategically placed in the Midwest, right in the middle of the coldest dang time ever. So not only do you have to motivate yourself to do these things with your mindset at what's the final goal, you also have to motivate yourself to get out of the bed to go do it. For a while there, I was doing get up at 5 a.m. and I'd do workouts. And I saw a progression, I saw a pattern. And that pattern was every single time, almost every single time, I would get to November. And then it would become cold. And then my body would not function. Well, it will, but you know what I mean. My body would not literally take the cold weather. Like I'd get up and I'd be like 5 a.m. I'm like, I just want to stay in the covers. So you lose that progression. You lose that because of the winter. At least I do. I feel like I get more depressed. Not depressed. If I shouldn't say that. But I get more down in the winter, especially now where I am at. It's been raining for an entire week. And it's just so sad to see that because you never see the sun. I think we saw the sun yesterday for an hour. So it's those things that we miss. But that also takes a toll on you if you don't have those goals. So if you're just going at all these New Year's resolutions of, I'm going to do this, do that, especially physical activity or anything like that, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do. You have to have the goal and the reasoning behind it as a stone that you can stand on and say, this is why I want to lose weight. This is why I want to bulk up. I want to be in a good shape so that I can play with my kids. I want to be in good shape so that I can do this. I want to be in good shape because I want to do a marathon at the end of the year. Or I want to lose weight so that I fit in this outfit. I don't know, whatever it is for you. Right? I want to lose weight so I can be more healthy. I want to lose weight because my diabetes is potentially going to become an issue. Right? It's those things that we have to have concrete and something that we can stand on, right? So this new upcoming year, I'm going to try to do these more often. I wanted to start out with the New Year's resolution because I talk a lot about it, and I actually am a big, giant failure at it for the most part. There's other things that don't involve physical activity that I do on a daily basis that I do well at, but I need to make sure to keep my mindset within why I do those things, because they start to drift off when I become busy in the summer, because I start allocating my time somewhere else. We have to have that firm foundation and that overarching goal that we can go to, because that's ultimately going to help us with time management when it comes months down the road and years down the road and what have you, as things get busier, right? So the next week, I'm actually going to go into the anxiety story that I dealt with, because I feel like it's very important, especially for men. Men try to bottle stuff up, and that's what I did for a while. I didn't tell too many people about my story. And then once I started telling people about my story, I started feeling a lot more comfortable. I started to actually progress and be a lot better with it, actually. So that's going to be next week. It's kind of a difficult story for me to tell, to be completely honest. But I think it's important. And I specifically think it's important for men because, You don't have to be a manly man. Like, I am 6'7", 170. I am the epitome of someone who's not a manly man. But I do have that hard outer shell that I don't like people seeing my emotions. And that's really what I'm going to focus on next week. So I thank you. It's a new year. Let's do our New Year's resolutions. Let's stick to them, but let's do them for the right reasons. And let's have the goals in mind prior to the new year. And let's just, don't dive right in. Be strategic. Be smart about it. And maybe even start with little things that can help you reach into, maybe even 6 months down the road, into a scenario where you're having more success with your goal for the new year. And then translate that into the next 2 or 3 New Years. Thank you all so much for listening. Like, comment, share. I will respond to any comments unless they're rude. And then I did have a comment not too long ago. It was my buddy. He said, do I wear pants when I do these? And that is something you will never know.